everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I thought I would talk about something I've been feeling really passionate about lately. So since lockdown I have been doing quite a lot of reading, and I've read more books since lockdown than I think I've ever read in my entire life. So I've got a hefty collection of books sat next to me, and I just thought I would do like a little mini review of each one and share with you guys which books I've been reading lately, because I've had a couple of questions about it, and I've been sharing a lot of photos and stuff on my Instagram stories about books that I've been reading. So I thought I would just do a quick little overview. I'm not going to make this video too long because I'm aware that it could be quite boring if I ramble. So yeah, I'm just going to share with you some of the books that I've been reading since lockdown, and I really hope you enjoy. So the first book that I actually read I featured in quite a few videos previously, and it is Flowers in the Attic by Virginia Andrews. I read this quite a while ago now. It feels like ages ago that I read it, and I thoroughly enjoyed this book. I'm not going to talk about each book too much because I don't want to give anything away, but I will leave links in the description to all of the books online if you want to read the blurbs and stuff and find out a little bit more about it. But this is really great. It's based on a true story. It is about a group of children that essentially have to spend a big chunk of their childhood in an attic, only getting like rations of food and stuff. And when I found out it was based on a true story, it made it so much more interesting to me, because I just can't believe that it was actually a real thing. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I'm not going to give too much away, but there's also other books in this series, and I've actually purchased the next one ready to read, which I'm really excited about because I really enjoyed this. And also, if you want to know what I've rated any of these books, you can follow me on Goodreads. I will leave a link down below. My friend Leah, who's got a YouTube channel as well, started up a book club on Goodreads. So I finished reading the first book in that book club a couple of weeks ago, and I left my review on there, and it's really fun to actually be part of a book club and be reading the same book as other people at the same time, just because it's fun to have a little chat about it and stuff. So yeah, I joined a book club, and I will tell you what book we read in a second, but if you want to go and have a look at that, I will leave a link to that down below as well. I then read this, which was a very different type of book for me. I've never read anything like this before, and it is called The Salt Path, and it's by Raina Wynn. And this was so good. Again, it's a true story. It's won a lot of prizes, and it's basically about a man and a woman, a married man and a woman who become homeless. They lose their house and all of their money and things like that, and they basically decide to go on a big road trip, and kind of, well, it's not even really a road trip because they walk it, but they decide to do a big hike across Devon and Cornwall, which is like around the area that I live. So there was a lot of places mentioned in this book that I know, which was really cool to read about, and it just is a really lovely book, and it's not got like a sad ending or anything. It's got a nice ending, which I think is really good. And yeah, again, love reading a true story. I think it makes it a lot more interesting, and I just like the fact that it's real, and yeah, you just kind of learn about how they survived, and it was just a bit of a different book for me to read, but I did really enjoy it, and I read it quite quickly. I then read this one, which my sister actually lent to me, and this is called My Sister the Serial Killer, and it's by this person. I'm not gonna butcher their name because I have no idea how to pronounce it, but my sister lent this to me, and I read it in 2 days, which is the quickest I have ever read a book, and it's because the writing is very big. Some of the chapters are really tiny, like the chapters can literally be like 2 pages, and some of them are really small, and like, I don't know, it's just a really easy book to read, and it was really good. I did enjoy it. I didn't give it a crazy high rating on Goodreads just because I feel like the storyline could have been a little bit more interesting, but it is basically about a woman, and her sister is a serial killer. So she dates men and then she kills them, and the sister always helps her to like cover it up and stuff. So it is really good. It's an interesting story. I'm not sure if it is based on a true story at all, but I did really enjoy it. It's a very easy, quick read. If you're looking for something that's not going to take you very long to read at all, I would recommend this. It has won a lot of book awards, and yeah, I did enjoy it, but it wasn't my favourite just because I feel like there wasn't a lot to the book. It was just kind of yeah, don't know. Next was the book from the Page Turners book club, which is Leah's book club, and it is Everything I Know About Love by Dolly Alderton. Now, I loved this. I actually lent this to my sister and I went and picked it up off her today, even though she hasn't finished reading it. I wanted to feature it in this video and tell you guys about it. So yeah, this is really great. Again, I read this pretty quickly. It's quite an easy read and definitely up my street. I like books that are just sort of funny, light-hearted and very easy to read. You learn a lot about Dolly, and yeah, it is really good. It's sort of got a lot of relatable things in here. There's lots of stories from like when she was at uni and stuff that are really funny and very relatable, and it's just about sort of her relationships throughout life, things she's learned about men and friendships and boys and love and all of that good stuff. It's just a really light-hearted read and a good sort of little pick-me-up book, so I really rated this one quite highly on Goodreads and I really enjoyed it. Next up, I read this book which I've had lurking around in my room for such a long time, and I thought I read it years ago and then I realised I never actually got around to reading it, and it is Will Grayson by John Green and David somebody, don't know how to pronounce that either. And I was really disappointed by this book, to be honest. I was expecting to love it because The Fault in Our Stars is like one of my all-time favourite books and films. I love that kind of soppy stuff. That is what I'm about, and I really was expecting to love this because it's by the same author, but I just found it really hard to get into, and I was about halfway through the book when I realised that it's actually written from two people's perspectives. Like, it took me halfway to actually realise that. So each chapter is written by like a different person. So there's two guys called Will Grayson, so chapter 1 is written by one of them, then 2 is by the other, and then it alternates in between chapters. And yeah, it took me like half the book to actually realise that, and I don't know if that was just me being stupid or whether it wasn't clear enough, I'm not sure. But yeah, I finished it. I kind of had to like force myself to finish it because I just didn't really enjoy it that much, so that one didn't get a very good rating from me on Goodreads, but a lot of people did message me and said that they loved this book, so maybe it was just me, I don't know. I just kind of found it a bit boring. And then the last book is one that I'm currently reading at the moment, so I can't really give too much away, and I can't really give too many opinions on it, but it is Conversations with Friends by Sally Rooney. Now, I'm actually borrowing this off one of my sister's friends, and I'm really enjoying it so far. I wanted to read it because I read Normal People by Sally when I was at uni, and of course I watched the TV adaptation recently and I loved it. I was completely obsessed with it, so I wanted to read one of her other books, and this one came available to me to borrow, so I thought I'd read it. I am about a quarter of the way through. I don't really feel like a lot's happened yet, and I think I remember feeling that way when I read Normal People. It's quite a slow burner, but I am going to keep reading it because I am enjoying it. I'm just finding it, I'm not finding it very like gripping or anything, but I don't really think her books are like that anyway. They're quite easy to read and just I don't know, just sort of like a nice, interesting story. So yeah, I will let you guys know how I get on with this when I've finished it. So they are all of the books that I have read recently during lockdown. I hope you enjoyed this quick little video. Do let me know down below in the comments if you've been reading anything good at the moment, because I need to get some more books because I've almost ran out. So yeah, remember to give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Make sure you're subscribed, and let me know if you enjoyed this little video because I can do it when I've got a next chunk of books to talk about, if you would like that. So I will leave links down below to everything, my Goodreads account and all that good stuff. I'll also leave a link down below to the Page Turners book club if you're interested in that. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you're all doing really well, and I will see you all very soon. Goodbye!